Heyo everybody, Haku here with my first review for Zombieland Saga. Zombieland Saga Episode 1. And this was my favorite review for this, or my favorite premiere for any episode of any show this season. I'm watching a lot this season. So I'm going to review this, Tensei Shihara Slime Dot again, Index 3, bunch of other, I'm watching a bunch of other series, so if there's anything else that you want me to review or talk about, just give it a shout out and I'll take it into consideration. But let's talk about Zombieland Saga. It is the most creative thing. I thought this episode was brilliant, and I have watched episode 2 by the time I'm recording this. I'm going to review episode 2. I'm going to record that directly after this, post this today, post that tomorrow. So then future episodes I can post the review like as soon as the episode comes out. So I guess Thursday afternoons the reviews will be. But it is so good. I wasn't even expecting it to be this good. And I love Mappa and Cygames. I guess I should have been expecting it from one of their anime. But this was so creative. It was like the most creative thing. And I say that I've seen episode 2 because I was just so insanely blown away by episode 1. And then episode 2 was a lot better even. So let's start talking about this from the beginning. I think some of the best things about it were how much is packed into every bit of comedy. The wit with it is so quick and so creative, and it is seriously some of the best back and forth dialogue I think I've ever seen with comedy. And the character designs are really, really great too. Whoever did work on the character designs, they're really good. Really varied and unique, and they say a lot about the characters a bit. I mean, not in a cheesy, generic way or anything, but you get what I mean. And the animation is just brilliant for a comedy. There are so many really well-made comedies going on this season, and so many really well-made shows going on this season in general. So we start off, we see from the calendar that it's 2008, which maybe should have given us a hint for something. So we have the obvious truck scene. You knew as soon as she walked outside, knowing it was going to be a zombie show. Didn't exactly know it was going to be a truck hitting her, but you know, this happiness wasn't going to last. I also love how so many people got trolled into thinking, because I had no idea what kind of show this was going to be going into it. So many people were thinking, it's just anime The Walking Dead, and then nope, idol anime. It's so creative too. But we have the idol fan Sakura as our main character. Mappa and Cygames are making this, and it's amazing. They made, what was it, Virgin Soul last year, which was one of my favorite anime of the entire year last year. I had some issues with the ending, but other than that, just the general quality, everything about it was so good. They are just a god-tier studio. Also, I think I said Mappa was my studio of the year last year, so I'm happy to be reviewing something from them. But either way, after being hit by that truck, Sakura wakes up in this creepy old house. The legendary Yamada Tai enters, and we see the other zombie girls too. She ends up stabbing the girl who's totally the idol from the video she was watching at the beginning. Was pretty easy to notice that. She runs out into the rain, washing off the makeup that we didn't know at the time had been put on her, but that's totally the inspiration. Then she realizes she's in Saga, and she gets shot by Favaro. Favaro is here. He is a cop, and it's amazing. And she's saved by the producer, who is Tatsumi, who's amazing too, but I'll get to him when I get to him. But we see all the characters, actually their designs in the light, and gimme them undead waifus. They are so good. And also, I love Monster Girls, so you know that also heightens what was already a really instant love for this show. But Sakura's lost her memories from before she was a zombie, and apparently Tatsumi brought her back to life somehow. We don't really get the explanation, because the explanation is not really that important, but he brought her back to be an idol and save Saga, figuratively. So the back and forth dialogue between the two of them is absolutely amazing. I love his little presentation. How he's like, look around you. Nobody respects you. Nobody's like noticing you or acknowledging you, and everybody's just zombies wandering around. It's so great. The dog is named Romero, which I think is a nice reference. But Tatsumi's voice actor is just amazing. He is so, so good. We learn about the Legends, the Girls of Legends he's brought back to life to be the idol group. Just to go through things quickly, because there's no way I'm going to remember their full names or their full stories. But we have the biker girl, Saki, the 80s idol, or 80s... Yeah, I guess she was an idol. I don't know what's the difference between an 80s idol and a modern one. I don't really know that much about idol culture, I guess. But Junko, we have the courtesan Yugiri, the child actress Lily, the idol Ai, who is totally the one that that what's-her-face that Sakura was watching before, and of course the legendary Yamada Tai, who is just the absolute best. But the rest haven't woken up, and he brings up that he put makeup on her, and that's what made her wake up before. He's like, I put makeup on you and then you collapsed, and then that was obviously before she woke up and ran out into the rain. So yeah, that all makes sense. No idea why that woke her up, but no clue why any of anything woke any of them up right now. But either way, so they show up at this heavy metal venue, this death metal venue. Tai chewing on the microphone was one of my favorite bits. Like, it was just a simple visual gag, and I died laughing at it. So yeah, that's when we learn about the makeup and her passing out. That's when Tatsumi brings it up. But the headbanging was really, really funny. And then we get, again, another just brilliant back and forth between Tatsumi and Sakura. And I love the entirety of it, where he's like, nobody expects a damn thing from you. Not even me. Nothing. So go out there and blow our expectations away. Everything with the back and forth, and her calling him an idiot, the awkward silences they use, him cutting her off, and then the go, 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 and it getting cut off. So, so good. Every little bit of the comedy, all their lines, it's a lot deeper and better in episode 2, but even here it was just so creative and so new and different. So as far as the comedy goes, it's just amazing. Then we have the first performance. It's just a brilliant mess. And Sakura sees memories of herself watching idols on stage. The other girls then wake up at the very end. So yeah, that was really, really good. So one thing I will say is that I'm surprised. One thing I thought was going to happen with all of them and waking up and everything is that over time they'd like wake up one at a time from something, and we'd get some backstory for them, learn about them as a character. But the show, again, every time I think something's going to happen in these 2 episodes, they did something more creative and they put more into it than I ever would have expected. Which is, again, why I have such a high opinion of this so early on. It's so good. They had them all wake up at the same time, so we're not going to get something as cheesy and generic as that, and it's so good. And then the ending song is surprisingly really beautiful. And then some thoughts as a whole, funny and creative. I've said it a million times throughout the video. So, so good. I love that they just went above and beyond everything I thought they would ever do. Every time I was expecting something from a certain scene, they went way above and beyond it. So I'm excited to learn about all the other girls, especially to learn more about Ai because of her connection with, or her possible connection as somebody that Sakura possibly looked up to, and maybe even at a fan signing or something actually met Sakura at some point, for all we know. One thing though is, I mentioned here, I know a little bit more from watching episode 2 now, but I would hope that Tai would stay as a zombie or just be really weird. Like, what if at one point she just says, oh, yeah, I've been a zombie the whole time, or something like she has such social anxiety that she's just been acting like a zombie the whole time so she doesn't have to really interact with any of them. It'd be so great if she was just weird, like she's been awake the entire time and she's just weird. But either way, Tai staying a zombie or being weird is the best thing ever. So I'd give this, it's rare, it's extremely rare. I don't even know if I've ever done it before, that I would give a perfect score to a first episode, but this was just beyond create. I probably gave a perfect score, or at least maybe, to Little Witch Academia's first episode, because it has a great first episode. I'm trying to think of other shows I watched, but that's probably the most creative first episode I can think of off the top of my head. But this was just so brilliant. It was so good. I absolutely loved it. And yeah, I'd give it 10 out of 10. 10 zombie waifus out of 10. I am so excited for the future of this series, especially seeing how they even stepped it up with episode 2. I'm wondering how they can possibly step it up further than that. So yeah, absolutely great. And I love it. So yeah, like if you did like the video, I guess, and comment down there to tell me what you thought of my thoughts on this episode, what you thought of the episode yourself. Subscribe for more Zombieland Saga, like I said, also reviewing Slime Dot Ken and Index 3, plus a ton of other manga, light novel, stuff like that. So sub for any of that if you want. And any suggestions, of course, I'm willing to listen, like I said. Follow on Twitter if you want, and I can try to keep you updated there on stuff for the channel, talk to you there. And if you want a link to our Discord server, it's free and open for anyone, so that me and all of you, we can all talk about whatever, all the shows I'm covering and stuff. There's already been a lot of discussion on Zombieland Saga, so I'm excited to see that. So if you want a link to the Discord server to join me and more of us there, just ask and I'll give you a link. That's it. Thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you all next time.